In this video, I'm going to share with you the guidelines that Carnival Cruise Line gives for sailing on their cruise ships. If you're sailing with Carnival, you don't want to miss this. It's coming up. All right, 7 guidelines for sailing with Carnival Cruise Lines. This is information I've received directly from Carnival, so you definitely want to know this. Carnival wants to ensure that all of their passengers know this. So very important. But if you're with us for the first time, my name is Jason, and here on the Summit Push, my wife Kelly and I are all about helping you to have the best travel experience possible. If you love to cruise, if you love to travel, consider subscribing. All right, let's get into it. 7 Carnival Cruise luggage guidelines. We're going to go through these quickly. I don't want to waste your time. Your time is valuable, but we want to get you the information that you need. So guideline number 1 has to do with the quantity of luggage that you take. Carnival Cruise Lines has asked that if you are sailing on a cruise that is 3 to 5 days in duration, that you limit your luggage to a maximum of 1 bag per person. If you're sailing on a cruise that is 6 or more days, they ask that you limit your luggage to 2 bags maximum per person. So that's important to know. Guideline number 2 has to do with the size and the weight of these bags. Now we're talking about your main bags. We're not talking about your carry-on. Your carry-on is in addition to these bags. But the weight guidelines that Carnival gives is it is a maximum of 50 pounds for each of those bags that the individuals have. Also, with the size of that, if you take your luggage, your suitcase, and you lay it down flat on the floor, the guidelines that Carnival has given is to be no higher than 16 inches. And for the width is to be no wider than 24 inches. As far as the length of that, they said that's not a factor. So I would love to see somebody show up with a suitcase that's 16 inches high, 24 wide, and I don't know, about 10 foot long, just to see how they react. But that's the guidelines that they give. Guideline number 3 from Carnival Cruise Lines is that the luggage that you bring on board should not be locked. If it's locked, it just simply slows down the process, so they've asked that all of us as passengers that we don't do that. The 4th Carnival Cruise luggage guideline is that Carnival desires that we use their personalized luggage tags that they provide. Now, it can be a good idea to have your own luggage tags. That helps for your own identification of your luggage. It helps if your luggage got lost somehow, especially if you're coming in on an airline or something like that. But Carnival requires that you have their personalized luggage tags attached as well. Now, a lot of times those can be color-coded. Carnival is very explicitly stated you don't need to print it in color. Black and white is fine, and it just sort of has the color labeling on there. But have those attached. They've asked that those be attached before you arrive at the cruise terminal, and those help them have the tracking of the luggage. It helps them to make sure that it gets to the right stateroom and all of that. So we need to be sure to follow that guideline for sure. One quick note, if you're a first-time cruiser and you hear the talk about luggage tags and you say, oh, where are those? How do I get those? If you book a cruise with Carnival Cruise Line, when you go online to Carnival Cruise, and they'll be sending you emails and stuff too, there's a cruise documents link, and it is through that, when you're going through your pre-boarding process and all of that, you're able to print those as a PDF document, and you print them out. If you book through a travel agent, one of the benefits of going through a travel agent, especially if you're doing something for the first time, is they're able to make sure you have everything you need. But anyway, you end up getting those online, or your travel agent can be sure to get those for you. The 5th Carnival Cruise Line luggage guideline is that you should take your travel documentation, your boarding documents, and make sure that those are in your carry-on and not your checked baggage. If you put them in your checked baggage, they're not going to be available to you, and you will need them for the boarding process. These include things such as your passport, if you have visas, if you're using for your documentation, your birth certificate and state-issued ID. Any of those items, make sure they are in your carry-on. Important guideline from Carnival Cruise with their luggage. Guideline number 6 is that in your carry-on bag that you also make sure that you have your valuables, any medications you have, and anything that requires special handling. Anything that falls in those categories, Carnival has asked, do not put that in your checked baggage. Make sure you carry that through with you. It makes sure that they're safe. It makes sure that they are secure. It makes sure that nothing happens to those very important items as you're onboarding the ship. Guideline number 7 has to do with the drop-off of your luggage. If you arrive on your cruise day, your departure day, before 1:30, you are able to drop off your luggage with a porter. That is such a great process, and I share in all of our vlogs how weird that feels, because you roll up to the cruise terminal and there's individuals out there, the luggage porters, and you get your bags and they say, okay, we got it, we're good. And you're like, okay, who did I just hand that off to? If you're cruising for the first time, that seems very strange, but that's how it works on cruises. So that is available before 1:30. You can drop those off. That's a great thing. You are completely free. You're free to go on board the ship, to look around, and that will arrive at your stateroom, your baggage will. That service of the luggage service, that is available for you all the way up until 2 hours before your scheduled cruise departure time when it's published. You find that by looking on your boarding pass and your cruise documents. It will say, what time that departure is. So up till 2 hours, you have that available. If you arrive within that 2-hour window, what that means is that may not be available to you, and you may have to bring your luggage on board. And, that's completely doable, but that can be a painful process, especially if you have more than one bag. But usually there's a ramp that's going up and up and up to get onto the deck. And that can be a bit of a pain. So if you can arrive before 2 hours, that's definitely a big deal. Now, if you're dropping off with the porters, recommended from Carnival Cruise Line, for tipping them, it's recommended $1 per bag that you drop off with them. Those individuals do not work for Carnival Cruise Line. They're with a third-party agency, so if you have any trouble, then get with the manager of the porters. But anyway, Carnival wants us to know the recommended tipping for those. If you are fairly new to cruising, you're interested in what should you pack for a cruise, I'm going to link up a video we have that goes through a lot of that. Very helpful video. Also, coming very soon, we're going to have Carnival Cruise prohibited items. So be sure to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you do not miss that. But thank you so much for watching. Hope you subscribe. God bless and have a good day.